Hey, Michael.
Hi, William.
So, today
On freeloaders.
we're going to be discussing Time of Dragons. It's a free to play, online only, quote unquote, dog lights,
Dog fight.
dog fight
The
simulator.
fuck is dog lights?
It's a dog with headlights. Dog fight simulator. It's available on Steam now,
For
and
free.
we're going to be getting right into it. All right, so when it comes to the settings, there is no controller support. It says that the option is there. The thing is available for setup, but for some reason we can't get it to work. I believe you tried that, correct?
I did, but I really didn't get too much into it. I was just like, can't do it, don't really care, and just.
Yeah. So the hassle of doing a controller setup seemed more
Then again,
tedious
I,
than
I,
worth it.
I really don't think it needed a controller setup.
Yeah. The options for in general are just very, very minimal or simple. And in some
Was this an
cases,
indie game?
yes.
Yeah.
In some cases, it's a good thing. For things to be very simple, like turn off this, that, and the other. But in this, it's just kind of atrocious. Like in general, when it comes to the visuals, like, did you mess with the high res and all that stuff?
I did, and when I seen that it did nothing, I just left it as is.
Yeah, so it doesn't change anything. Like when you change it from 720 to 360 to 1080, like the high graphics, low, medium, it doesn't do anything. Like either way, you're getting the same thing overall,
No matter what you do.
no matter what you do. So in the visuals, like we said before, it's very minimal. It feels like almost PlayStation 2 level of graphics.
Except, kind of probably a little shittier. I
Yeah,
can't say
like
is. I'd say probably like the first year of PlayStation 2 came out.
yeah, like Crash Bandicoot level of stuff.
And I wouldn't
like
say that bad.
like it's not necessarily like distracting when it comes to the overall game. Um but the character designs just feel cheap-ish, which in this case it's kind of all right. I guess it's going for a little bit of a cartoony vibe, but it's like they put
It's going for like a fantasy vibe, more likely.
yeah, yeah.
Can't
Uh
say cartoony.
and the frame rate is the problem that I have the most. You can change the frame rate settings up to like no maximum limit or 90 frames per second, and for some reason, no matter what setting you pick, it stutters. Like the frame rate skips constantly. Like it's
Yours did,
almost
mine's didn't.
mine just stutters all the time, dude. It skips and like frames are just entirely like missing. Like up to 3 to 4 frames per second are missing during
That's
some levels of gameplay.
that's
Other
weird.
times it's like perfectly fine and I don't see anything wrong with it, but the problem is that is there and I feel like that is an issue.
Yeah. Then again, I don't can't expect really much from an indie game. Like some
No, but
games.
like you got games like Minecraft who use very minimal stuff. Like it is very just it's cubes, but when it comes down to it, it's still a quote unquote great game. It works fine. The bugs that are there generally get fixed pretty quick. Um, the community has stayed for years and years and years. You know,
True.
you can make something great out of something indie. It's just it felt like they didn't exactly put much time and effort into the visual side.
Well, the only thing I could say they did was, and to they gave every dragon probably their own unique look.
Yeah,
Like
except
every dragon
we'll get into
looks
that when it
different.
comes to the characters.
Okay.
All right, what did you feel about the gameplay?
It's not the best. Well, I can't really say it's not the best because it's honestly not. The gameplay is it's actually pretty disappointing for what I thought this game might be. Fucking fly around with dragons with lasers on your back.
Right, like you can tell that it was like I described to you outside of the video. It's basically they went for How to Train Your Dragon and Star Wars, but they took the worst parts of both of those. And I don't mean all of the fucking what's it called? Like Senate stuff. Like you're not on the back of a dragon debating people.
I think
It's
it would
a,
have been cool if it was more people on the back shooting
yeah, like
instead of whatever the fuck this is. Just what is it? A laser backpack?
yeah, like it does just feel like laser guns on the back of a dragon, which in theory is a cool concept and could have been done right. Um,
But they didn't do it right.
yeah, so it felt a little bit lacking. Matches were either really, really short because they joined in on the last fucking second of the game, which, gives you a chance to pick the next map, but it doesn't matter what map you go to because they're all open as fuck. Except for the rock one. There is a rock map, and I gotta say the maps are the best looking part of this game. Like the maps look fucking incredible. Some of the rock ones are just really awesome looking. The water looks really pretty.
Except you can't go in the water.
Yeah, the water like touching anything even slightly, like
Landing on the
with
floor.
landing on the floor, going underwater, something that's not even part of you touching something does deal damage to you, which feels a little bit. I'm not sure if that's like a bug. Like
Maybe
I
I
can
could.
understand the underwater thing, but
Yeah,
like
but touching, like, landing on the floor.
yeah, um, the controls felt really like loose, and the fact that like whenever
It takes you 5 minutes to turn
yeah,
around
like
is some bullshit.
I could understand if your dragon was a fucking airplane, but it's not.
Or if it was like a big bulky dragon, like I think one of them
Yeah, like
is.
one of them I can understand that, but the one that's supposed to be the fastest character turns super fucking slow, dude. Like it takes forever to rotate your character, and that's a bit of a fucking no-no. So that was a bit of a problem. It in the game modes, it says that one is coming out. I don't believe that.
Or I don't know when.
Yeah, like it doesn't have any information on that.
There's no story mode to this.
Yeah. There's
But
there's no story. It's free for all and team deathmatch.
that is all.
Yep. And then my biggest issue was the fucking flashbang from hell. Whenever it flashbangs, if your brightness is even slightly up on your computer screen,
You're blind.
you are blind as fuck. And I don't mean your character. I mean that shit will blind you. So
That's one of the dragon's moves, by the
be
way.
wary of that. Also, you can turn into motherfucking dragon bats.
It's probably like the only coolest part about this.
Yeah, that was
Fucking dragon bats.
Yeah, one of the character's dodge roll abilities is to turn into a whole bunch of bat dragons because it's a vampire, I guess.
Why not? Vampire dragon. That's sounds pretty fucking badass to me.
Badass. Get it?
Yes, I got it.
Now, for character selection and story, I'd say there's about a decent amount of characters.
Yeah,
Not-
for a game that has been out for like what, a week and a half, there's about 9 characters.
Yeah, and each one doesn't exactly feel that much different to play, considering the weapons and the abilities.
Well, the abilities are different. Other than for the two, I think that breathe fire. Every other character has something uniquely specific to them, like their general look, their ability itself. Like for instance, a damn vampire bat looks like a vampire bat. I mean, fucking vampire dragon.
Right.
I could say, uniquely different.
The characters don't necessarily feel like they play any different. Like I feel like they all move about the same speed.
No, they have
Yeah,
their own
well,
different
that's-
stats. Some move faster than the others.
It's just early on they all kind of felt the same. Like when it comes to the shooting, it's all the same.
Yeah,
the
the
dodge
shooting-
moves, they do look unique, but they're all the same. Like so it didn't really feel like the character select made that vast of a massive change between A and B.
Well, they probably
The-
didn't feel like that, but the characters
the
do have
ultimate-
their own
Yeah,
stats.
the ultimates do feel different. The stats, like I didn't exactly notice that big of a change. But that's just me. There is a little bit of a character progression. You do level up the characters. We didn't see any alternative skins
You
for the
don't. I don't think you
characters.
level. I don't think you level up the dragons themselves. I think you just level you up.
Yeah, like I didn't see any extra skins. I know that you can when you level up, you get extra quote unquote DNA, which allows you to then unlock other uh, dragons to use. So there are options, although there are small
And
options,
there-
but
it's kind
there
of
are
cheap
options.
too because each dragon only costs 3 DNA,
Yeah, so like
and
there's
you get like
nothing.
one for almost every level or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. So it's not like they super cheap you out of the ability to get stuff. On top of that, even though it's a free to play game, it doesn't charge you money. Like, I don't see any other way to acquire DNA. I don't see any way for skins or anything like that. I can see them maybe adding that in once this game is a little better. Um, but it is what it is. It's a free game. I'm assuming it's one of the first of the developers. I haven't seen anything. This is a Unity game, so there is a chance for it to expand and move on. But right now the characters, it for it being out a few days, it's a decent list. So for rating, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 10. It was something that is playable. It is available. It's free. Um, but it's like something you'd play when you're like super bored, and I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'd say
You'd
the
enjoy
same
it.
thing. 4.5. Just because it, I'm guess I want to say almost every game can have potential to be great. So I'll give it a 4.5 because I know they probably can do so much better with that because
Yeah,
that concept is
it's a
it's
really
pretty
cool
it's a
concept.
pretty cool concept.
But like it just it's like it you have a cool concept, but you didn't do anything with it. uh like the fact that there's no story to any of the characters, it's a little bit weird when it comes to actually playing it. The fact that the visual settings don't change anything is a big turnoff for me. Like that was just more annoying than anything else. But I mean, it's a game. Like
Yeah,
uh, it's a decent game. It's not horrible. It's not something to write home about. But it's
it's something to experience, you could say, just to
yeah,
see
just
what a game with that kind of imagination can do.
yeah, like it in the event that this does somehow take off, I have a feeling that it has the potential to be something absolutely incredible, even with microtransactions or some kind of character progression in which you get something cooler out of it. In the event there were more dragon options, in the event those dragon options actually felt like there was a vast change between stuff. I'm glad that nothing's more OP than something else. But
It's all the same.
yeah, like all the characters do the same damage. They do the same stuff, except for the ults. But uh, it's like I said, 4 out of 10, 4.5 out of 10. So you know, thank you for watching,
Be sure to like,
share,
subscribe.
and we will see you next time on
Freeloaders.
Motherfucking Dragon Bats. Hey guys, if you like that video, be sure to subscribe to us here on Electric Squid Entertainment, and make sure to check out our second channel, Electric Squid and Entertainment, where we play Nintendo video games every now and again.